Off the coast of southeastern Africa lies Madagascar, a vibrant island nation known for its unique wildlife and stunning landscapes. But beyond the picture-perfect beaches, a deep and complex crisis is unfolding in the heart of its bustling capital, Antananarivo. The frustrations of a nation have boiled over: water shortages, relentless power cuts, and widespread allegations of government corruption have pushed the Malagasy people to their breaking point, setting the stage for a dramatic and uncertain future. For years, the rhythm of daily life in Madagascar has been dictated by scarcity. Imagine starting your day not knowing if water will flow from your tap. For millions, this is a grim reality. Families, often with children in tow, spend hours trekking long distances to fetch water, carrying heavy buckets back to their homes. Inside those homes, life is often shrouded in darkness. The power grid is notoriously unreliable, with power cuts, known locally as delestage, occurring almost daily. These outages aren't just an inconvenience. They cripple the nation's infrastructure. Schools struggle to teach, and hospitals, the very places meant to save lives, are plunged into darkness, putting patients at critical risk. The cumulative effect of these daily struggles has been a slow-burning fire of frustration and exhaustion among the populace. People have grown tired of broken promises and a system that seems to fail them at every turn. By September of 2025, that simmering frustration reached its boiling point. A new, powerful voice emerged from the streets. The youth of Madagascar, galvanized by social media and a shared desire for a better future, young people began organizing peaceful protests. They were students, young professionals, and unemployed youth who felt their future was being stolen. They called themselves Generation Seat Madagascar, a testament to a new generation unwilling to accept the status quo. Their banners were simple, their demands clear: clean, accessible water, a steady, reliable supply of electricity, and an end to the corruption that they believed was rotting the government from the inside out. They marched through the streets, their chants echoing a powerful call for fundamental change, for dignity, and for an honest government that serves its people. What began as peaceful demonstrations for basic services soon took a dark and violent turn. As the protests grew in size and intensity, the government's response became increasingly forceful. The streets of Antananarivo, once filled with hopeful chants, were soon choked with smoke and chaos. Riot police were deployed, and the situation escalated rapidly. They used tear gas to disperse the crowds, sending protesters running for cover, their eyes streaming. Eyewitnesses reported the use of rubber bullets against the demonstrators. The once peaceful movement descended into a brutal confrontation. In the ensuing chaos, dozens were injured, caught in the crossfire of a government crackdown. Tragically, the violence claimed lives. According to preliminary reports from the United Nations, at least 22 people were killed during the clashes, turning a movement for hope into a national tragedy. The escalating violence and mounting public anger created a political firestorm that the government could not withstand. Facing immense pressure from the streets and a loss of control, President Andry Rajoelina made a stunning announcement. He was dissolving his government. But this move was not enough to quell the unrest. It was seen by many as too little. Shortly after, the military, which had been watching the crisis unfold, decided to intervene. Soldiers appeared on the streets, securing key government buildings. Colonel Michael Randrianirina emerged as the leader of this military intervention. In a televised address to the nation, he declared "Akub Deitat." The constitution was suspended, and the military officially took control of the country, ending a chapter of civilian rule and beginning a new, uncertain era for Madagascar. With the civilian government dismantled, the army moved swiftly to establish its authority. A new transitional governing body was announced, bearing a name that signaled its ambitious intent: the Council of the Presidency for the Refoundation of the Republic. At its head was Colonel Randrianirina, who was sworn in as the transitional leader. He addressed the nation, promising to restore order and tackle the root causes of the crisis. He laid out a roadmap for the future, committing to a 2-year transitional period that would culminate in new, free, and fair elections. But for many citizens who have seen political turmoil and broken promises before, these words were met with a heavy dose of skepticism. standing in the streets, watching soldiers patrol their city. Many wondered if this was a genuine new beginning or just another cycle of power changing hands while their fundamental problems remained unsolved. The fear that nothing will truly change hangs heavy in the air. Amidst the political maneuvering, it's the voices of ordinary people that tell the real story. We spoke to a young protester, his face still filled with the passion that drove him to the streets. "We just want a future," he said. "A future with light, with water, with hope." Is that too much to ask? We also met a small shop owner, her business damaged during the chaos. Wiping away a tear, she told us, "Everything I built was destroyed in the riots, but I still believe we needed this change. We cannot go on like we were." And then there's the voice of a mother, holding her child close. Her plea was simple and universal. "Forget the politics," she whispered. "We just want peace. We want peace and electricity so our children can do their homework and have a normal life." These voices of hope, of loss, of resilience form the true pulse of the nation. The coup in Madagascar did not go unnoticed by the rest of the world. International condemnation was swift and widespread. The United Nations issued a strong statement, calling for the immediate restoration of constitutional order and expressing grave concern over the violence and loss of life. The African Union, which has a firm policy against unconstitutional changes of government, also condemned the military takeover and began discussions about potential sanctions. Major global powers, including the United States and the European Union, echoed these sentiments, urging for a peaceful resolution, the protection of human rights, and a rapid return to democracy. The world's eyes are now fixed on the island nation, with diplomats working behind the scenes to influence a peaceful outcome and prevent the country from sliding further into instability. Madagascar now stands at a critical crossroads. The future is a blank page, and the story that will be written upon it is uncertain. Will this new military government fulfill its promise to refound the republic? Will it bring the real, tangible changes the people marched for: clean water, reliable power, and transparent governance? Or will it become another chapter in the country's long history of political instability, repeating the mistakes of the past? The potential for genuine reform exists. We can envision a future where children study in well-lit classrooms, where engineers are busy fixing power lines and rebuilding water systems, and where a new sunrise over Madagascar truly signifies a new dawn for its people. The world is watching, holding its breath, as the people of Madagascar continue their arduous fight for a better, brighter future. This is the story of a nation in search of light, grappling with the darkness that has enveloped it for too long. It's a struggle for the most basic elements of a dignified life: water, power, and freedom. The journey is far from over. The struggle of the Malagasy people continues, and their story deserves to be heard. Thank you for watching. If you found this story important, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth reports from around the world. Your support helps us bring these vital stories to light.